Welcome back. Today we're going to continue on with our look at basic handworking tools, and today we're going to look at bench planes. Okay, so before I introduce you to the different types of planes, we'll have a look at the kind of the anatomy or the makeup of the plane. Okay, so we'll lift this lever or the handle, the lever cap. Okay, so this is the lever cap on the inside. Take out the blade of the cap iron. So we have the cap iron on top here. Loosen that. So the cap iron or the plane iron or the blade itself. Okay. So we'll put those back together. When you're putting those back together, you need to make sure there's a tight fit between them and about 2 millimeters of blade extending past the cap iron. Slide that back up. Okay, continuing on here. We have the sole of the plane, or the base. We have the heel of the sole and the toe. The mouth where the actual blade comes out when we do the cutting. Okay. As we turn it back here, we have the handle, the knob, the frog. Okay. The lateral adjustment lever. We have the adjusting nut, so adjusting the depth of the blade, and the Y adjusting lever underneath here. Just see it attaches, moves back and forth to adjust the depth of the blade. So that's the basic anatomy of the standard bench plane. Okay, we'll slide it back together. See the blade sits at 45 degrees to the sole. Slide the lever cap back in. Push down the lever. It's tight. So it's tight like that. We can just loosen the screw just a touch. This first one holding is a smoothing plane, 8 inches in length, the sole. So it's not great for straightening pieces, but it's great for smoothing the final surface, getting it ready for a finish. Okay, removing pencil lines, things like that. Set it real fine. Just make some, one pass over your workpiece, and you'll have a nice smooth surface, like I say, ready for finishing. Next one I'm going to look at is the jack plane. Commonly referred to as it's a general purpose plane. If you were going to own one plane, this would probably be the plane to own. Okay, it's kind of in the middle of the other ones that we're going to have a look at. Okay, so 14 inches in length, referred to as the jack plane or the general purpose plane. Next size up here we're going to have a look at is the jointing plane. So 18 to 24 inches in length for the sole. All the parts are the same. Still sits at 45 degrees to the sole. Great for jointing or straightening the edges of longer boards or the surfaces of longer boards. Okay, so 18 to 24 inches in length, the jointer plane. Next one I want to have a look at is the smallest of the bench planes is the block plane. About 6 inches in length. You can see that the iron sits at a lower angle at about 20 degrees. It's handy. And the bevel faces up. It's great for doing small chamfers on your workpieces and trimming up end grain and making that all ready to go. So this is the hand block. Okay, I have a couple of specialty planes here we want to have a look at. This one is a router plane. Okay, so you can see kind of hold it like a router. You can adjust the depth of the cutter underneath here. And then great for finishing the bottoms of dados or mortises, things like that, where you can reach in, really create a smooth bottom because of the blade being locked in place at depth. Last one I want to have a look at is the rabbet plane. So the rabbet plane for creating rabbets in the edges of your workpiece. So you can see we have there's a movable fence at the bottom here to set the width of the rabbet that you require. Slide that back up. There's another fence on the side here to set the depth. So as you're working on your workpiece, when you get to the depth that you need, the fence will stop it, and you're ready to move on to the next piece. So that was a quick introduction of some standard bench planes and a couple of specialty planes that use a carpentry